here we are for round 4 of the GB4 Championship. Last time out we were at Alton Park, now Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. After Silverstone, we're going to be heading to Donington Park Grand Prix circuit, and then we're off to the Snetterton 300, a great circuit for these cars, before heading back to Silverstone Grand Prix for rounds 13, 14 and 15. Then Donington Park once again, well acquainted with this circuit by the end of the season. And then we end the season at Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Oh no, we don't. No, we do. End the season at Brands Hatch Grand Prix. But the concentration, of course, this weekend is Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. What a circuit to be racing at. Really suits these GB4 cars. And in previous seasons, we've seen some excellent racing. And let's have a look around the circuit. Of course, opened in 1948. Maggots Beckett's is a world-famous corner down the Hanger Straight, where we've seen slipstreaming overtake so many times. The last sector, of course, as well, plenty of overtaking opportunities. And then, of course, that rounds out the lap. Lap record stands to Tom Mills from last season at 2:01.1 seconds, 18 turns around this Silverstone Grand Prix layout. A really good challenge for the drivers. 3.66 miles, 5.9 kilometres. Only 11 metres of elevation change, so fairly flat, but plenty of camber and challenging corners for the drivers to tackle. Someone who's very familiar with this circuit is alongside me, Max Maserati, who raced in the GB4 Championship previously. Max, just talk to us about what it's like to drive one of these GB4 cars around the circuit, and also in race conditions.
It is amazing. This is one of my favourite circuits on the calendar. When I did it, I think that showed, and I did it with Hill Speed back in the day. We had an amazing car around here. It was so much fun to drive. It's just one of those circuits that it just gives and gives. The rhythm of it is just amazing. The flow of it. I mean, that first sector is just absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
But let's run through the grid as it stands. It's Finn Harrison on pole position, making amends for his tricky first couple of rounds. Alongside him, Linus Granfus. Then on the second row of the grid, we have Leon Wilson with a great qualifying for Arden. And alongside him is Alicia Pomoski for Elite Motorsport. Then in 5th position, Callum Baxter for Graham Brunton Racing. And then Brandon McCacken, race winner from round 1 in 6th position. Then round 7, 7th on the grid is Harry Burgoyne. Alongside him, returning driver Chloe Grant for KMR Sport and all KMR Sport row number 4. Row number 5, the number 44, Maya Dionorine, who we heard from a moment ago, Graham Brunton Racing. And then 10th, Jack Taylor for Fortec Motorsports. Marcus Luzio and Dan Hickey are on row 6. Then that is, next up is Brandon Templeton for Fox Motorsport, and alongside him, returning driver again, Christian Lester for his, he's taking part in his 3rd season, not full seasons. And then on the final row of the grid, we have Megan Bruce for Fox Motorsport and a new driver for this weekend, Bas Visser for Graham Brunton Racing. Bas having very little car racing experience, in fact, very little racing experience compared to many of our drivers, so he'll be hoping to learn a lot this weekend and move his way up the grid as potentially we continue on. And we good to see him back on the grid, but Max, we were talking in the GB3 race not long ago about tyres, getting tyres up to temperature and then keeping them warm. Is going to be a thing. In GB4, it's a lot harder to get the temperature into the tyres. Talk to us about what the drivers are going to be concentrating on this formation lap, because even though the race hasn't started, it kind of started from the moment they left the assembly area.
Yeah, so usually whenever you have a qualifying run or when you're going out and testing, you normally give it at least half a lap of braking and accelerating to get some heat into that the core of the tyre, before then introducing weaving. Because it rained this morning, everyone's now going out on completely new sets, which means that whole window is going to be condensed, and that's where you then have more potential for cold graining. So the guys who can really focus on bringing in the core initially, it's going to really pay off. But there's going to be a bit of a swings and roundabouts effect of do you go a bit easier on the tyre to then come in, but with the GB4 they haven't got enough downforce. It's not like they're going to come in straight away when you push. So
yeah. Or
do you go, okay, I'm just going to focus on that, knowing at the end of the race it's going to be heavily grained, but the rain tomorrow won't matter, we're going to throw away this set. It's
a reminder, in the GB4 Championship, only 6 brand new slick tyres are able to be used over the race weekend for qualifying and the 3 races. If you do use any wet tyres, you can use effectively as many sets as you want to, but then you can save those fresh slick tyres for the remaining races. So if we do only have any wet races tomorrow, which is likely that we'll have at least one, it seems like that's the pattern here at Silverstone. Pretty much every year we almost always get a race cancelled. Hopefully not this year though, with the rain set to be just showers. But we're all lining up on the grid now for what will be round 4 of the GB4 Championship. Championship. I'm looking forward to a good race. Interesting to see that Linus Granfors has actually allowed a couple of feet off the back of his grid box, so making sure that he doesn't get a penalty, as does Alicia Pomoski. But here we are, lights are on, the revs rise, and once these lights get extinguished, we're away for round number 4 of the GB4 Championship, and it looks like a good start from pole position. Oh, we got a stall in the background. That's Banner McCacken, who's not managed to get away, and he's been missed by everyone. So good driving from everyone around there. Good start for Finn Harrison from pole position, leads us through turn 1 at Copse, and it looks like in second position, if I can just see that. Yeah, that is Linus Granfors, so we've still got fighting for the lower places, but a great start from the front 2 on the front rows. Oh, Harry Burgoyne Jr. in the blue and grey KMR Sport driver cuts across the inside of the Maggots and Beckett chicane and comes back ahead of Alicia Pomoski. I think that's where he was initially, and we're looking at the number 48 there. That is Visser, but a breakaway from the front 2.
That's a mixture of cold tyres and dirty air we're seeing there. Marcus seems to have made up a couple places as well, and he's attacking again. And that's a big lock-up up the inside. Amazing move, getting it stopped.
Yeah, great move from Alicia Pomoski, sending it up the inside. Big lock-up on the inside. Shouldn't hurt the tyres too much this early stage, but Alicia continuing that good run, looking around the outside of Leon Wilson. Leon Wilson was struggling with some oversteer. Pomoski's going to go for a cutback and does it successfully on the exit of club. That's a great first lap from Alicia Pomoski after what wasn't the best start. She's now into 3rd place.
What a charge. That is really, really good racing from her to be moving up. Definitely taking some Janetta Juniors there.
Yeah, definitely. And we've also got Chloe Grant in the KMR Sport car, the number 66 of Chloe Grant was also looking to make up a position there on the back of her teammate, Harry Burgoyne Jr. Now, Max, I know that you know Harry very well. You were coaching him last season, I believe. You know, he's moved to a different team this season. He's come on a long way. But, you know, racecraft is never his issue. He's done a lot in karts, but, you know, it's just getting the all the techniques of the cars up to speed that is, I suppose, you have to learn as you move into cars like a GB4 Championship. Actually, that is Marcus Luzio, the number 11, who's going up the inside of Chloe Grant. So Marcus Luzio moving up. Privateers, we have a lock-up from Leon Wilson, who goes deep but doesn't lose the space, and that is Luzio through. Luzio in the number 11, completely blue car there. He's racing as a privateer, so great to see a privateer doing so well.
He's, as a privateer, but he's actually been in the Hill Speed awning this race weekend, so you know he's had access to my data. I've been coaching him, and you know we've helped him as much as we can. Hill Speed have done a great job with him, and here we are. Look, he's pushing on the back now, doing great. Yeah,
now Harry Burgoyne Jr. up the inside of Leon Wilson. Wilson goes wide, and Harry gives him a squeeze, saying, you know, you are not holding the outside line, but great to see. It's something I didn't know, that the Luzio.com team are now in association with Hill Speed. So Max, clearly your efforts are going towards helping them as well, and Harry Burgoyne doing a good move. So the order after the first lap now stands as Harrison in the lead, half a second over the line ahead of Granfors. There we see Harrison in the number 38, yellow with white helmet, then the red and white and green helmeted Fortec Motorsport car in second place of Granfors and Pomoski, as now Luzio looks at the inside of Wilson, has a look but doesn't get the move done. So it is Harrison from Granfors, Pomoski, then Burgoyne, Wilson, Luzio, Grant, Baxter, John Areen.
He's done him, he went wide.
And Templeton in the top 10. Yes, so that is Luzio making another position. So lots of moves in this first lap. Oh, Chloe Grant looking up the inside of Wilson as well, but having to back out. And now Chloe Grant's going to be under pressure from the number 45 of Baxter. This is a real ding-dong fight for the lower place inside the top 10. Defensive goes Wilson.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, all testing, we've seen everyone has been extremely close. Granfors had a little bit of an edge, and they're side by side through Abbey. That's fantastic from both of them.
What a move. Chloe Grant around the outside, kept her foot in, but was given enough space. There's going to be contact at the apex. No, not quite. That was so close between Wilson and Grant, and now Baxter's getting involved as well.
That was really, really good racing from both of them. That was really good awareness from Chloe as well there to see him, and I was expecting her to get spun around there after the amazing work she did through Abbey. So that was really, really good of her to notice, give him the space and still hold the position. Such
great respectful racing, close, hard but fair, and now back up the inside goes Wilson. Is there going to be contact this time? No, there is not. Chloe Grant gives space, so this is really, really good to see. Drivers racing close and hard, but giving each other just enough room to keep going, and this is going to go on, I reckon. But also, I was just noticing in the front of shot and the bottom of the shot that you may have seen down the Wellington Straight into Brooklands, that the gap at the front has definitely come down the second half of this lap, as Pomoski also sets the fastest lap of the race on that last lap. So the front three are certainly coming together, but we'll stay with this battle while it rages on.
Yeah, this is brilliant. As I was saying before that battling kicked off, everyone from, you know, really second, really the lead, down to about almost the whole grid have been extremely close in testing, and every single testing has been in a completely different order because of how close it's been. And I think we're seeing that now with this battling.
Yeah, that's Wilson going wide on the exit of Chapel, so he's going to be under pressure from Chloe Grant once again. Wilson in the number 27, dark blue with the white stripe on the front, black helmet, and then Chloe Grant now looking at the inside, the number 66 car in grey and blue. Doesn't quite get it done this time, but Wilson goes wide. He's on the marbles. He's going to run wide on the exit. He has run wide once again, so coming back onto the circuit, and again very, very close between all three of these drivers. Baxter around the outside into Vale. He's going to have the inside for Club, but no, Wilson squeezes him. That's allowed Chloe Grant to pull away. Still side by side we go, round past the wing, and that's also allowing the Fox Motorsport car number 24 of Brandon Templeton with the orange wing to get involved in this as well. So now Templeton has an overlap, but he's going to back off on the entry of the flat out right-hander. That now leaves the order as Grant, then it is the 45 of Baxter, but Leon Wilson is now going to change and go up the inside of the village. That's a great move from Wilson, so he's up and down like a yo-yo. Now Brandon Templeton's looking at the inside, but Baxter's holding around the outside, and Brandon McCacken goes around the outside of one, nearly two drivers as well. This is a five-way fight as we have a battle for the lead as well. Max, I can't keep up.
This is just incredible. I mean, this is great seeing the top two battle, but I want to see what happened behind. What are they all still together? There was looked like it was going to have a four-wide moment down the back straight.
Yeah, that was a great move from Brandon McCacken, actually managing to get around the outside of the number 50 of Taylor, was it? Or was it Deanna Reno? It's Deanna Reno. Yeah, again, so many cars moving. Now proper fight for the lead now we have. Harrison defending into Cops, good defense. Granfer's forced him to the inside. Now Granfer's got a good exit. He's going to be pushing to get past Finn Harrison on the inside at the Maggots and Beckett's. We're going side by side. Granfers is going to go around the outside. Can Finn Harrison keep his wheels alongside? No, not quite. But Harrison is now going to have a better exit. Looking around the outside of Chapel, you're not going to do it there, son, I don't think, unless you're given a lot of room. But we're still nose to tail for the lead. The lead has changed. It is now Granfers leading in the number 16 red and white Fortec car, but Finn Harrison staying right in the slipstream. And look, in the back of shot, the other yellow car, the second of the elite cars, Parmoski, is going to be licking her lips, trying to get involved in this, as around the outside goes Finn Harrison, but goes off the circuit, leaves the racing circuit. So I don't think that position is going to be able to be held, because he did leave the circuit, but that remains to be seen. Harrison back in the lead, Granfers second, Parmoski closing in third place as well. The two elite motorsport cars in yellow are very easy to spot, as defensive once again goes Harrison. Granfers looking around the outside. Can she repeat what Chloe Grant did a lap ago? No, backs off, and that is going to definitely bring Parmoski into this battle. She is right there. Now it is Granfers under pressure from Parmoski. Can Parmoski make a move and make it an elite 1-2? Parmoski is the number 60. No, not the number 16. Parmoski is in the second of the yellow cars. She is the number 21, as you can see in shot now. So this has allowed Harrison a bit of breathing room, although I think if Parmoski backs off a little bit, we might have a three-way fight for the lead once again.
This could become a five-way fight. I mean, when you look at the times, Burgoyne set the fastest lap on the previous lap with all this battling. They're still all attacking. Oh, she stuck it in.
No,
he's held it. Granville's held it.
Whoa, big swapper on the middle of the corner as well as we go through Brooklands there. Parmoski had a look on the inside on the entry, but realised it was too late, so just backed off. Granfers then managed to get a good run through Brooklands, is now putting the pressure back on our original race leader, who is Finn Harrison, now on the outside, as this battle in the bottom end of the top 10 still goes on, as Templeton looks around the outside of Wilson. Looks like he's going to get it done. Can Granfers go around the outside for the lead though? No, but it's allowing the third place driver, Alicia Parmoski, in the second of the yellow cars, to have a look. No, not this time. Side by side once again. And it is Linus Granfors manages to get alongside and ahead through Maggots and Beckett's for the second time this race. And this time I think he's going to hold on to it. Now Parmoski is on the back of her teammate. Parmoski in the 21. Harrison in the 38. Parmoski alongside in the right of shot now in the second of the yellow cars. It looks like Finn Harrison actually has a bit of straight line deficiency compared to the cars around him.
I think it depends on the toe. I mean, Granville said that he was deciding who he wanted to give the toe to there. He was basically saying, oh, I want them to keep battling, so I don't want one to pull ahead of the other. So he was just mixing up.
But this battle is growing because Granfors is now pulling away ever so slightly at the front of the field. And look who's right behind the two yellow cars. That is the number 68 of Harry Burgoyne Jr. for KMR Sport, and closely followed by Marcus Luzio. Marcus Luzio, the privateer in association with Hillspeed, has come from lower down on the grid and is now fighting for a top 5, which could potentially turn into a podium and set the fastest lap on the last lap.
Yeah, this is terrifying. I've got the driver I'm working with now and the driver I worked with last year close together. It's like, come on, boys, let's get a move on. Keep moving through the pack.
Tell you what, this is an absolutely incredible drive from Marcus Luzio as he's going to look up the inside into the loop. No, doesn't do this. He qualified 11th on the grid and is now up into P5 fighting for P4. What a drive from Marcus.
Yeah, to be fair to Marcus, I think his pace didn't really show in qualifying. And look, he's already on the attack of Harry. I say his pace didn't really show in qualifying. And now he's showing it here in a great display. And he's done it already.
Yeah,
he's passed.
Using the toe from the drivers ahead. Burgoyne went defensive, but that actually meant that the slipstream was available for Luzio to take, and he's now up into 4th position. So that means that he's +7 places. What a drive so far, and it could even be more if he can get in the slipstream of our leading 3 drivers. Right, Max, let's just settle down for a sec. Let's take stock. So, over the line. Yeah, over the line, Granfers. From Parmoski, from Harrison, from Luzio, from Burgoyne. That is our top 5 as it stands. I think it will certainly change once again. The fastest lap of the race on that last lap was actually set by Brandon McCachen, who's down in 7th. So who knows, maybe they could even get involved in this if the front 5 keep fighting. Gap's a little bit too big, I think, because our 6th place driver, Chloe Grant, is 4 seconds back from this top 5 fight, and McCachen 2.7 down from Grant. So I think it is going to stay at the top 5 battle for now, but there you say that. Chloe Grant stood in the same shot, and there's McCachen right at the back of shot by the clock in 7th place. So there's still all to play for. 6 minutes 50 seconds, so another 4 or 5 laps depending on how we fall. Granfers is going to be relieved that the fighting between the 2 yellow elite cars allowed him a bit of a breakaway, because the gap's at 1.1 seconds, so just breaking the toe. Would you say the toe's probably what, like 6 or 7 tenths around here, Max?
Yeah, about really even from a second you'll get a mild benefit, but not enough it's going to do anything. About 7 tenths is when you'll really start to feel yourself getting pulled in behind the car in front.
Talking about the toe, we are now seeing Luzio in that all dark blue car, the number 11, closing on the back of Finn Harrison. Of course, Harrison set pole position in the tricky wet conditions, but on slick tyres it seems the pace advantage he had in the wet conditions is not quite there. Luzio is the closest of this 4 to make a move as it stands. He's right in the toe, but of course Harrison will also have a toe from Parmoski ahead, his teammate. Yeah, it looks like the toe has been broken by Linus Granfus at the front of the field. He set purple middle sectors, but Luzio right on the back of Finn Harrison. I can tell that you've got a vested interest in Luzio doing well here, Max. He's driving an excellent race. Can he get on the podium?
I think he can. If he's driven, as well as he's driven for the rest of the race, he can do this. But we just saw how good Finn Harrison was at defending.
Yes.
So this isn't going to be easy.
Oh, the number 9, that's I think that's Megan Bruce having a look up the inside of the number 17 of Jack Taylor, and there was, unfortunately Megan just losing it in the middle of the corner. Max, I actually looked down right at the point in the middle of the corner. Was there contact?
It looked like there was a slight touch between the 2 of them, unfortunately, and it just pivoted her around.
Yeah, just a bit of a racing incident there by the looks of it, but unfortunately Megan Bruce spinning out of that position, but should be able to get going once again and rejoin the race. But we turn our attentions back to this fight for the final podium position. Oh, going wide on the exit of Chapel is Finn Harrison. That is certainly going to hamper his exit speed. And now Luzio, you can see at the bottom of the screen, he's been fast the last 3 laps. Luzio looking around the outside, using the toe from Parmoski ahead. Can he go all the way around the outside of Stowe? No, Harrison brakes later, covers off the inside line. Luzio is going to have to find a way through at a different corner. He's going to force Harrison to go defensive. No, he's not. Harrison does not defend the inside, so Luzio goes up the inside. This is side-by-side action at its best in the GB4 Championship. Luzio still on the outside, is going to get squeezed wide, and definitely chooses the right thing to do there by lifting off. Great racing for the final podium positions. An overlap up the inside now for Luzio. That's almost certainly going to be it done. No, actually Harrison's got a good exit out of the club and is managing to hold on to this position. Harrison defending excellently at this stage of the race.
Yeah, exactly, and he could back everyone up again. Look, Burgoyne suddenly closing back in again, so Luzio's got to make this move done very quickly to make sure that suddenly Burgoyne doesn't become a third party in this.
Yeah, Luzio will want to try and clear Harrison before Burgoyne gets involved, otherwise Luzio is going to find himself in that awkward position where you have to attack and defend at the same time, and around a circuit like Silverstone, so hard with the toe. But you see Luzio tucking right in behind. Harrison knows that and defends. Oh, Harrison gives him just enough space. Luzio up the inside of Brooklands. Can he make it stick? No, Harrison holds it around the outside of Brooklands, which will give him the inside for Luffield, but I think Luzio's going to look for a cutback here, unless he's going to try and go all the way around the outside. No, cutback it is. Slots in behind once again. Can he get the toe down towards Kopp's corner now? He's looking to the outside. Harrison already choosing to defend the inside line. It's going to be hard for Luzio to go around Kopp's. It's not really a corner you can do that unless you can get fully ahead by the apex. No, not quite this time. Harrison again defending very, very well. This is good, hard racing, but very clean so far. Hopefully it stays that way. Side by side once again into Maggers and Beckett's, and around the outside goes Marcus Luzio. Can he get it done? No, he can't. We're still side by side. Yes, he can. Luzio is through third place. Oh, and now a swap of oversteer in the middle of Chapel after going wide allows Harrison along the outside. Once again, we're side by side onto the hanger straight, and Harry Burgoyne Jr. is looking to get involved in this. Still side by side. Still side by side. Can Luzio get ahead? He squeezes, he squeezes. He is finally ahead, but is he done? Harrison now looking around the outside of Stowe. He's going to get squeezed, but Luzio's giving him space. Max, can they just decide their position already?
It's too stressful. It's too stressful watching this.
Oh my goodness.
It's incredible that they're still side by... That's almost a whole lap, isn't it, of side-by-side action between these two?
Yeah, they tried against Stowe last lap out, and they've been side by side, chopping and changing. Great racing. I thought Luzio had it done, but he had a swapper through Chapel. Once again, we've got an overlap going over the other start-finish straight by the wing. Up the inside, Luzio gets the move done once again, but can he keep it? He's done it twice now. Can he keep it for the third time? Defending into Village. Harrison looks to the outside. If he can go around the outside, it will put him on the inside of the loop. No, Luzio covers that off well, but that's going to allow Harrison, as Burgoyne shows his nose, just about avoiding contact. That's going to give him a poor exit, but Harrison in the yellow elite car has got a good exit back in the slipstream. Roles reversed from the lap before. Last time it was Harrison ahead, Luzio in the slipstream. Now it's Luzio ahead in the 11 blue car with Harrison in the slipstream. Holds it off just enough this time. I think that may be the position done for now for Luzio, as Harrison just drops back a little bit through the middle of Luffield and has a little bit of an oversteer moment. So therefore, Luzio, for now, takes third place.
For now, and in the background, look, it's a KMR line, but all backing up them, all getting there. Chloe Grant is now right on the back of Burgoyne, and
Brandon McCacken.
Yeah, he's right there as well. Like, this is so close, so close. This is amazing racing from GB4. I mean, it's just so, I'm missing it. I don't know about you, Piers. I want to get out there with them.
Hey.
It is the best fun.
Hey, if there's a couple of spare cars and a few Bob going spare, then we'd be on the grid as well, Max. But anyway, we're commentating in the box and we're loving it regardless. Exactly. This KMR Sport fight is going on as well. As you mentioned, Max, we have a KMR Sport drivers in 5th, 6th and 7th, and the fastest of that front or that second group is McCacken in 7th place, a 2 minutes 1.9. As we can see, Chloe Grant now in the slipstream, looking around the outside of Burgoyne. Can she get that move done? I don't think Burgoyne's going to allow Chloe Grant to go around the outside of Stowe Corner this time, but he's going to have to defend once again, as we see Granfus, fastest lap of the race at 2:01.1, so romping away at the front of the field. But we'll stay with this battle between the two KMR Sport drivers. The yellow and blue helmeted number 68 is Burgoyne, the sort of blue and white helmet of the number 66 of Chloe Grant, attacking in the outside once again, and at the back of shot, the orange helmet in the blue and grey car is McCacken. So this is going to be a three-way fight between the KMR Sport drivers. Chloe Grant couldn't get through at the start of this lap. Now McCacken is going to get involved. He is the fastest of these three at this stage in the race. Is he going to look up the inside of the loop? No, he has a small lock-up and looks to get a good exit. Chloe Grant had a little bit of a wiggle through the middle of the loop, which is meaning that she is now off the back of Burgoyne and is now going to be under pressure from McCacken into this next stage of the race. It looks like Luzio is pulled away from Harrison. Now Chloe Grant looks up the inside of Brooklands and McCacken looks around the outside. This is the last lap as Linus Granfors goes over the line to take victory in round 4 of the GB4 Championship, but there's positions still to be decided lower down the order. Let's cut back to those, hopefully, so we can see who's going to come across the line. It is Parmowski in 2nd place, a good result for her, and Marcus Luzio for Luzio.com Racing in association with Hillspeed takes 3rd. Our pollster to Harrison 4th, Burgoyne 5th. It was Chloe Grant Burgoyne 5th, McCacken 6th, Chloe Grant 7th, who managed to get ahead of Grant, and Templeton in 8th, Baxter 9th, Taylor 10th, Wilson's 11th, Leicester will come home in 12th, and Dionorine in 13th. Wow, Max. I think I was about as out of breath during that race as the drivers were, as we see Christian Leicester coming across the line just ahead of Dionorine. Wow, that was a great race. I knew it was going to be a good one. We always have good racing around here, but ultimately the fastest driver in the race won the race. Linus Granfus for Fortec Motorsport. Good drive from him. He also set the fastest lap on that last lap at 2 minutes 0.8. Only 1/10 away from the outright lap record, so great pace from him.